It is our 50th year. We started in 1967, and here we are 50 years later, and our goal is to carry on the mission and the tradition of what was started. I had a chance to meet Dr. Barrels and his wife Ann, and they were probably two of the most incredible people that I have ever met in my life. A lot of personality, a lot of charisma, and it was just to meet somebody who started it and to really even have an opportunity to carry on an ounce of what he was thinking about doing is a great honor. We kicked off 2017 with a commemorative quilt, which was made by the very own hands of one of our residents, Carolyn Kelly, who did a beautiful job on this quilt, spent almost a year making it, and we unveiled it, and it was just a special moment. Some events are known as signature events, so they're a little bit larger events, like the 5th anniversary at Tad's Place in June. That's a major event for us where there would be music and food and just a great night of spirit and good times. And one of the goals that we have is to hang a series of pictures in black and white motif that take us from 1967 right up to current day. And that becomes kind of I call it a historic walk through Havenwood Heritage Heights, that anybody can kind of go, walk through. Each picture will be captioned with what's the genre, what's the circa, what year did this happen in. The pictures will be titled just like you'd see in a museum. It'll give them something to talk about, and it will really be an extra added, I think, bonus that really shines some light on the 50 years of history here at Havenwood Heritage Heights.
We know that there is a great need for adequate housing for the elderly in our state. But we have felt that from the very beginning that the church ought to make a more significant contribution to the lives of these people than just providing shelter. We conceive of Havenwood, this community, as being a place where our senior citizens are provided for attractive and comfortable apartments with a home-like atmosphere. But likewise, we want to provide for them opportunity whereby they can give expression to their interests, where they can make use of their talents and may even learn new skills. We want this to be a place where these people can live a creative kind of life. We believe that we are offering to these people a care even at the point where they no longer can care for themselves. And we feel that this is a significant ministry of the church.
The one thing that I'm so impressed about working here is not so much what has changed over 50 years, but what hasn't. And it's just the level of services that we provide to our residents. It was an interaction I had with one personal resident. His name was Wes. And it was Thanksgiving Day, and everybody had been dining in the lobby area for appetizers, and then they came into the main dining room for dining. There was one resident left behind, that was Wes. So I went up to Wes and I said, well, my family's been delayed, they're not coming. It was a snowstorm that day. And I brought Wes, I said, well, let's go in and sit with some of the other residents, and when they come, you can dine with them. He says, nope, I'm gonna stay here and wait. I just felt an obligation to sit there and wait with Wes. So we waited, 10 minutes went by, 15 minutes went by. I said, Wes, come on, let's go in. Nope, I'm waiting. So about 25 minutes later, finally the family comes in. I gather their coats, I put them in my office to save time. I finally sat them down, and it sort of worked out perfect. And I was going around table to table like I normally do and ask how everything was. And I went to Wes's table, I rest my hand on his shoulder, and I says to his family, I says, you know, Wes was really worried about you. And I noticed a young girl sitting at the table, and she was college age. And I looked at her and I said, are you the collegiate softball player? And she sat up in her seat and she was all proud. I said, Wes talks about you almost daily. And that made her feel good. So I finished my small talk and went to the next table, and I felt a tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and it was Wes's son. And he says, I want to thank you. And he shook my hand, and I said, well, you know, it's all right, you got here in time, there's no dish, we didn't have to do any special service for you or anything like that. He says, no, it has nothing to do with the meal service. He goes, it has to do with the fact that when I leave here today, I know I'm leaving my father in a place where he is loved. And that's what hasn't changed over the 50 years. The fact that the services that we provide, no matter what service it is, it's caring, it's nurturing, and it's loving. this is the most rewarding job I'll ever have. And that 50 years of caring for people has never changed. And that's what makes Heritage Heights exactly what it is today.